Sometimes, a turning point in life isn't an opportunity, but a single word. A beggar, ignored by the world, transformed from a taker into a giver, thanks to a simple question. From humble beginnings, he became the master of his own destiny. Today's story will give you a new understanding of what giving and change mean. If you're moved by stories like this, please subscribe. Because every follow-up from you is the strength I need to continue sharing heartwarming stories. In a bustling train station, there lived an old beggar who made a living by begging. Every morning he sat in a corner of the platform, carrying a worn cloth bag, extending his cracked hand to passing passengers. Occasionally, he would receive a few coins, for which he would whisper a grateful thank you. But more often, people simply passed by, no one stopping. The sun that day was a bit glaring, and the platform was bustling with people. A businessman in a well-tailored suit walked by, his steps firm and his expression confident. The beggar quickly stood up and held out his hand, saying, "Sir, please give me some change." The merchant paused and glanced down at him. He didn't offer any money, but instead asked calmly, "You ask for things every day. Have you ever thought about what you can give to others?" The words struck the beggar like a bolt of lightning. He had never considered that question before. I have nothing," the beggar said, stunned. The merchant smiled faintly. "Then you won't get anything either. This world is based on exchange, not charity." With that, he boarded the train and disappeared into the crowd. The beggar stood there for a long time, motionless. Those words echoed in his mind. That night, he tossed and turned, unable to sleep. "What can I give? I'm just a beggar." But the merchant's words seemed to remind him, if you believe you have nothing, then you really have nothing. The next day, he sat in his same spot. But this time he didn't rush to ask. Just then, he stumbled upon a few small wildflowers blooming by the tracks. Sunlight shone on the petals, their vibrant colors momentarily stunning him. Suddenly, an idea flashed through his mind. What if I could give him something? Even just a flower? So, he gently plucked a few flowers. When someone offered him money, he smiled and handed over a flower, saying, "Thank you, this is for you." At first, people were a little surprised, but gradually, more and more accepted the flowers, their smiles spreading. A little girl took the flowers and happily said to her mother, "Mom, this uncle is so kind." From that day on, he no longer simply offered his hand to beg. He began trading. People gave him money, and he gave them flowers. Something strange happened. He discovered that the money he earned in a single day was 3 times more than before. And for the first time, he felt a long-lost sense of dignity. A few months later, he saved his first fortune, which he used to buy seeds and plant flowers. He began planting flowers in tin cans and bottles along the tracks and platforms. Eventually, he set up a flower stall. One day, he ran into the merchant again. "Sir, I have something to give you today." He smiled and handed over a bouquet of fresh flowers. The merchant looked at him with a look of relief. "Today, you are no longer a beggar. You are a businessman." Years later, he had opened several flower shops around the city. Someone interviewed him and asked, "What's the secret to your success?" He smiled and said, "That day I learned a lesson. When you start giving, destiny begins to give back." Saying, you have nothing. As long as you have a heart willing to give, you already have the power to change your destiny. Because the world never treats those who know how to give unfairly. When you start giving, the world will begin to be kind to you.